One of the things about Eichlers is that they were built very modestly to be very efficient. And Bernard, you had mentioned before that the landscapes were very bare bones with the original houses. So in terms of designing them for today, you are blending a lot of contemporary elements with those bits. And I was just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about layering hardscaping and kind of keeping the garden rooted in today with plantings and color and materials.
Sure. One of the things that's interesting is I remember before I ever did an Eichler remodel was I would collect some of those sunset books from 1956 and 1961, and I just thought, wow, every garden then was magnificent. And then you turn up and you realize that was probably very few, and a lot of people just built the house and rolled out the carpet, which was the grass, and sometimes you'll find a remnant rock. But as far as arriving and finding great hardscape elements or great walls or fencing, that hasn't been my experience. So often we're sort of having to translate things through images from that period, or sometimes in the neighborhood there will be some that have been remodeled well. And then also the architects are often remodeling the interiors, so we're really pulling off that. So I've worked on 3 projects with the architect who remodeled the house that I showed, and so we have we can understand each other and understand what he's trying to do with his materials and express them inside and outside. So often that leads you into it, but I would say more often not. We're not using the fanciest stones, we're not using the fanciest plants. In fact, I think we end up using a lot of those plants that have been forgotten, like the philodendrons, acanthus, unusual succulents, jade plants. I actually love going back to those plants we stopped using because they're just hard-wearing, durable plants. And the same on the hardscape materials. Keep it simple.